Sweater season is almost here, which is why now is the perfect time to talk sweater trends. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. I spent 20 years working in women's magazines, with 7 of those editing New Zealand's top-selling fashion magazine, Fashion Quarterly. When I left magazines, I started this YouTube channel to share my passion for fashion with you. I also love a good shortcut, so consider this channel your shortcut to style. Now today we're talking about sweaters, and in particular the key looks that we can expect to see over the coming months. Now sweaters, in my opinion, are more classic pieces than they are trend pieces. But essentially, the 10 looks that I'm sharing with you today are pieces that are going to be readily available in the coming weeks and months, but they're also going to be pieces that you'll be able to wear for far more than just one season. Also, I have an amazing discount code from the team at Jarvie Coffee to share with you, and if you're a coffee lover, you're going to want to hear about this one because it's a really generous discount. So stay tuned for that, but in the meantime, let's start talking about some of these sweater trends, because there are some really gorgeous options out there, or certainly heading our way real soon. Now this first trend is probably not going to come as much of a surprise because I have talked about it quite a bit here in the last few videos, but that is the trend for wearing collared sweaters. Now there are lots of different interpretation of this trend, so it's obviously quite a preppy look. Some pieces are a little bit more preppy than others. A lot of the collared pieces have a little zip detail, which I think is really cute and definitely very handy. And some collared knits I've seen are fully buttoned down the front, so they are more like a cardigan, but I am seeing them being worn more as a sweater. So they're fully buttoned down. I like that versatility of being able to kind of wear them a couple of different ways. But certainly knitwear with collars has to be, in my opinion, the biggest sweater trend for the season. Now next up is also a bit of a classic, and that is the striped sweater. But what I am seeing for this year is striped sweaters being slightly more oversized and more boyfriend style, which is a really good and easy look to wear, especially if you're going to use it as a layering piece. And leggings, for example, are going to be big for winter, so they look great teamed over leggings, just to create a cozy look, but one that's just a little bit more sophisticated as well. So there's lots of interpretations of stripy sweaters, and I suppose what does tend to change is the size of the stripe and the cut of the sweater. And as I said, this season is all about the slightly oversized striped sweater, which is, in my opinion, a really good staple. Now at this point, I'd just like to say a very big thank you to the team at Jarvie Coffee for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Jarvie Coffee are giving you a really cool 25% discount today. So I'm going to share that code with you shortly. But if you haven't heard of Jarvie before, they make amazing coffee concentrates. So this little bottle here holds 30 cups of coffee. Well, essentially it doesn't, but you can make 30 cups of coffee from one of these little bottles. And for me, I find that super handy because I don't have to have a big coffee machine sitting on my kitchen counter. There's no mess, no fuss. It's quick and easy. And the best thing of all is the Jarvie coffee tastes delicious. My favorite is their French vanilla, which I've been enjoying for some time now. But I also love dipping my toe into some of the limited edition flavors that they come out with. I'm totally loving their sugar cookie flavor at the moment. It is a limited edition flavor, so it's here for a good time, not a long time. So if that one excites you, definitely give it a try. And just to give you a little bit of a heads up on Jarvie, all of their coffees are made from 100% natural Arabica beans, and they use the purest of water. All you need to make a delicious coffee is a teaspoon of Jarvie coffee added to your liquid of choice. So for me, I particularly love soy milk and almond milk, but lately I've actually been getting into a little bit of coconut milk as well. So you choose the liquid of your choice, and then the coffee is easy peasy to make. As I said, Jarvie is offering you a 25% discount off anything on their site. All you need to do is use my link, and that is simply buy.jarviecoffee.com/Style Insider. Use my code, which is simply Style Insider, and you will get that discount. I'll leave a link, that particular link, in my description box below, so you can go down there and click on that. That will take you through. But yes, Style Insider at checkout will get you that 25% off. But if you love delicious coffee without any mess or fuss, then definitely give it a try. Now, next up is the ultimate in cozy classic knits, and that is a cable knit sweater. And what I have noticed is that this season cable knits are not quite as thick and chunky. I know in the last couple of winters we've seen really thick, chunky and quite oversized cable knits, but they've sort of become a little bit more refined this season, which I think is kind of helpful because they are going to team really beautifully with a lot of the tailored and wide leg trousers that are really happening at the moment. So cable knits are here, and I'm sure you're saying that they're a classic, they're not a trend, and you would be right, but there are going to be lots of them on offer this season. Now, next up is a really gorgeous one, and that is a trend for wearing open weave sweaters. Now, admittedly, these sweaters aren't designed to necessarily keep you warm, so you do have to put a little bit more thought and effort into looking at how you're going to layer them and make them work. But the texture in these just makes them such an interesting piece to incorporate into a simple outfit. So have a look and keep an eye out for some of these beautiful open weave sweaters. I've seen some gorgeous open weave cardis as well, which are really pretty and easy to wear. So I especially love the texture in these, but again, you do have to put a little bit more thought into how you're going to layer them to make them weather appropriate. Now, next up, expect to see lots of light neutrals on offer as well. So there seems to be every sweater imaginable in a really light neutral color, and these pieces are great because they're obviously timeless, they're great for layering, they work with everything you own, and I am seeing them sort of leaning into that whole preppy trend as well, so draping and wrapping them over your shoulders just to give a simple outfit a little bit of interest, to give you a bit more warmth. Perfect for transseasonal months where the weather hasn't quite decided whether it's cold or warm or what's going on. So these light neutrals are just good basic pieces to own, and you will have them for a really long time. So there are plenty on offer at the moment. Now, the next trend, and one that I think is just the ultimate in cozy, comfy dressing, and that is sweater dresses. And this season, sweater dresses are coming in every single shape and form, from fitted to more loose and oversized, different lengths. I've seen middies, I've seen sweater dresses that are above the knee. So great for layering with tights, knee-high boots, blazers, coats, jackets. Sweater dresses, in my opinion, are just a really easy, cozy, classic piece to own. There are different necklines on offer as well, so if you've thought about wearing a sweater dress in the past but haven't dipped your toe in the trend, now's a great time to do it because there are so many options out there. Another big trend for sweaters this season is the injection of some bright color, and I think we enjoyed wearing that over spring summer. There was the whole sort of dopamine dressing with bright, vibrant colors everywhere, and that's also being carried over into fall winter with knitwear. So there are some beautiful sweaters that I've seen in vibrant tangerines, bright yellows, reds, beautiful pinks. In fact, I've seen a pink one here that I am so tempted to get myself, because I think just adding a bright, colorful sweater is a really fun way to just add a little bit of something extra to your winter outfits, especially if it is dull and dreary outside. go for that dopamine dressing hit and add a bit of color. So there are some really great sweater or colorful sweater options available this season as well. Now this next trend isn't strictly a sweater, but it made sense to include it here, and that is the trend for wearing cords or knitted sets. And I've seen some really beautiful options of gorgeous knitted tanks and almost camisole type knits with matching little cardie sets. Some of the cardies have collars on them, which is a nod to a big trend this season. But these sets are super versatile. Again, perfect for layering, but also like any set, you get the option of wearing it together. So you're done, you've got your outfit sorted, or you can mix and match them with other pieces that you own, separate them and wear them in different ways. So these beautiful knit sets, as I said, are not strictly sweaters as such, but it just made sense to include them in today's lineup because they're a really hot look for the season. They're knitwear and they are super versatile. Now I think this next trend is going to divide you, but it is the trend for oversized crew neck and v-neck sweaters. And I know a lot of you are tiring of that oversized look, but it's still here. And obviously we saw a lot of oversized shirts and blazers for spring summer. That look is being carried over to the cooler months as well. So the interpretation of that over the sort of fall winter is an oversized sweater. And yeah, I have seen both crew necks and v-necks. So there's kind of something for everyone. It's very much an oversized, relaxed sweater. Last season was all about the chunky, really chunky oversized knits, and this season they've been sort of pared back a little bit, which I think is great because it's more of a classic look and more of an easy sweater to incorporate into different outfits, and it's an easy piece to dress up or wear more casually, where the chunkier knits do tend to just skew a little bit more casually naturally. But these, yeah, classic crew and v-neck sweaters that are oversized are going to be everywhere, and yeah, they're super handy, warm, cozy, and just an easy addition to your outfits. Now last but not least, and while this is not going to be a huge trend, it is going to be around, so definitely worth including here, and that is the trend for wearing hairy sweaters. So they look really sort of textured and mohairy, which in my mind gives them a little bit of an elevated look, gives them a little bit of a look of being perhaps more expensive than they are. But the texture is probably what I think is the most valuable part of these sweaters. You get the texture, but without the bulk of those super sized, super chunky sweaters that we saw last season. So these hairy sweaters are here. I'll find a few here so that I can share them with you to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But hairy textured sweaters are definitely a look for the season as well. Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, I would love you to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more, and also don't forget to take advantage of that Jarvie discount code if you are a coffee lover like me. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.